If I had fantasies, that's a different question.
Right, you made it weird.
What's one of your fantasies?
Coming from Hannah, saying, you've had sex dreams about Cam and Charlie.
This
week?
On the last podcast, I did say I'd shag one of them, but not the other. And then I'm still leaving it up for discussion, up for debate between you two, like who you think I would rather shag. But I would say dreams, perhaps. I mean, I had a dream last night.
Cam's looking at you very, very like, he's like, well, can I get a sign? It's like, oh yeah, shag.
I had a dream that my dog died last night. So not quite the same as a sex dream. I don't remember shagging him.
That's more of a dream than a nightmare, isn't it?
It was a wet dream, actually. Yeah.
Nice.
Your dog's kind of been alive for a while. If it had any decency, it'd just fucking die.
I think he's immortal, mate. I just don't think he's gonna.
Your
die.
dog does not look immortal. Like I reckon you feed him just one extra bit of like.
Bro, if that dog's immortal, then I don't know what the fuck I am like.
Yeah,
a mudblood.
He's probably not got the longest life. But he's been in that condition for a few years. It's a bit like Prince Philip, you know.
Prince Tom.
To be fair, your dog actually reminds me of my granddad, right? Because I thought my granddad
Scottish and about to die.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, but I'm pretty sure my granddad's been about to die my whole life. Like, he's fucked. Like, he called me on the
Hope
phone.
he's enjoying the podcast.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Granddad.
He called me the other week. He's got half a foot because he got run over by a lorry when he was a kid. Yeah, so he hobbles about, but he can't even walk anymore. So he's fucked. So I used to go look after him.
Half a foot.
Yeah, but I used to go look after him like up
Like
in
an elbow.
Yeah, it's fucking clotted. But when you talk about your dog and you're just like, I just say, why is your dog so fat? And you're like, because he can't fucking walk arthritis a lot, like, you know, all that kind of shit. I was like, I get it, because my granddad. So like, your granddad is my dog.
Yeah. They're actually related to each other.
Maybe we should make them meet each other.
What? So
Cody McKenzie.
What, like a ritual? They just die on the spot.
Just
die
just a double-blooded sacrifice.
Yeah, that'll be awful. They can have the Last Supper like Jesus did.
Yeah. So have you had sex dreams about either of us?
I'm not sections about either of you. If I had fantasies, that's a different question.
You made it weird.
What's one of your fantasies?
To be bent over the antisocial table. Or some things I just wish. Sometimes when Cam's speaking into that SMB, I wish he'd just ram it up my arse.
Sometimes, mate, I just wish I could just whisper into your arsehole.
Oh, talk dirty to me.
I love how that actually went a little bit too far for Lewis for a second. He's like, talk dirty to me.
Tickle, give a nice little tickle. Wipe my bum for me.
Yeah,
Did you? This is a funny story. Did you know? I'm pretty 99% sure my mate couldn't wipe his own arse till he was about 13.
Really?
Because I remember when we were younger, like 7, 8, I used to always go down to his house, and every time he was in the toilet, he used to go, "Mom," and then she'd go, "Come in," and she'd go in the bathroom, whatever. And
What the fuck?
She'd come out with him. And I was like, I'm guessing he just can't. Maybe he has like a fear of poo. Like every time and he just can't look poo in the eye.
Did he have hands?
Can't look poo in the eye.
It wasn't my mate that didn't have hands. You know?
Okay.
I mean, the guy who didn't have hands, he wasn't really my mate.
Is this okay to say if you call someone a nugget?
No.
I think it's frowned upon, but there's no other way to put it.
There is quadriplegic.
It's actually the worst N-word out there.
That's quite that. You said it with a hard N.
Yeah, it stops.
How would a quadriplegic wipe their ass? Genuine question. This is
maybe like
they must have
with
help.
the force, Luke.
Do you reckon that they like kind of like this might sound really insensitive? If you're watching the podcast and you are quadriplegic, I'd actually be interested to know. However, do you reckon that they like train their sphincter to like cut it off at the right time? So it's just like, and they just like
they're not mutants, mate. They're not part of the X-Men.
But you know when you go blind, your hearing gets better.
Right.
When you get there, your eyesight gets better.
So you're saying their new sixth sense would be their fucking arsehole just.
Well, they've lost 4 limbs. Like at least the bumhole can work.
Or maybe they can gape their arsehole so big that it just falls out.
Maybe it's like teeth. You know that thing where like the teeth are in a vagina and they just go.
What the fuck? That's what I mean.
That's what you were
saying.
saying.
I mean. So like they like snip it.
No,
can you not see like when I'm doing this in the toilet?
No, I reckon it's like that thing out of Stranger Things. It just gets bigger and bigger. Like his arsehole just gets bigger and bigger and it just falls out.
Or maybe it's just crusty.